Our first patient speaker is Lauralyn, who will share her reconstruction story with us, and it's titled You Will Emerge. Welcome, Lauralyn.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here and to speak tonight, and also to the healthcare professionals who have helped me along the way. The continuing research and investment into women and female reproductive cancers in Canada has made me extraordinarily grateful that I've had the opportunity to have both proactive and data-informed choices in front of me. In about March 2017, I received a letter from my uncle, a survivor of pancreatic cancer, rare, I know. And he had been diagnosed with BRCA1. And as my father had passed away at 60 of colon cancer, there was a chance that myself and my siblings were carriers. At the encouragement of one of my sisters, I visited my family doctor, letter in hand, and requested a referral to a genetic counselor. He said, "But you're over 40. You can't possibly have this gene." And he was wrong. In the blur of results, I was asked so many questions. Was I planning to have more children? When was my last period? Could I be pregnant? How quickly could I be available for a breast MRI? And this gave me the accurate impression that this was going to be a lot to process. I was referred to a support group, and I decided I should probably choose therapy if it was offered, which it was. My low-key anxiety kicked into high gear, and I began to do as much as I could to inform myself as quickly as possible. Meeting with the experts, I came to a path I was comfortable with. I realized I could monitor and wait, but with a very aggressive and very well-known mutation, my chances were really high that even with monitoring, I would likely develop breast cancer within the next few years. I chose to be proactive and have a double mastectomy with reconstruction. Given my figure, I was referred to a consultation for DIEP. That grip test is real. I attended the day before my birthday, and while in the waiting room, my sister, who had encouraged me for the testing, texted me that she did not have the gene. I chose DIEP for a few reasons. One, I was fortunate enough to be proactive. I had time to wait for a surgical opening. It's a larger surgery. It does take a little bit more time. I was healthy. I could use my own flesh, and it would be warm and natural to the touch. DIEP would let me retain my sense of looking how I feel I always am, and although without nipples. So, middle-aged Barbie. There's even a line around the middle where you twist. I'd never had any surgery, so while I was super anxious, I had nothing to compare it to. But also I figured it doesn't really matter. I was going to be asleep for it anyway. All surgeries come with risk, and therapy kind of helped me sort out which ones were reasonable and which ones were probably not rational, without losing it on my partner or my teens. A few months after the big surgery, I had a second small one to sort of even things out, and I won't ever have another one again. Healing is its own journey. And other than one really troublesome stitch that used some tweezers and some polysporin to deal with, my healing was also really very normal. And do the exercises, walk a lot, do all those stretches that they give you. I felt it was finally finished when I chose to have decorative tattoos that illustrated some of the lessons that I'd learned along the way. And what I'd really like people to walk away with is that even with the ins and outs of choosing a big surgery and all the risks that that entails, we are so lucky in Canada to have fantastic surgeons, great nurses, robust system of supports, including the community of other previvors and survivors. And we don't need to do this alone or uninformed. And again, thank you so much for organizing this event. And finally, while this is traumatic, and you will be changed by the choices and circumstances of those choices, you will emerge. This is a very short period of time in your life, shorter than puberty, shorter than natural perimenopause. Your kids probably spent longer in daycare. It feels like a lot and seems like a lot while it's happening. But when it's done, you will emerge and you will move forward and live a life full of opportunity. Thank you.